Welcome back to Buckingham Business Review. I'm your host, Bernie Wolford, President and founder of Buckingham Associates. This is a video magazine about the intersection of tactics, people, and strategy. And we have, once again in the studio with us, a guest that we've had 3 previous segments that I would encourage you to go back and watch if you haven't already. Joyce Bone. Joyce, in this segment, I want to share with our viewers some of your, I guess, generic entrepreneurial experiences. So many people go into business for themselves. There's a 50% failure rate. I don't believe it's ever been more important to our economy that people find out how to be in business for themselves. So let me just ask a really wild, open-ended question. What are your experiences? If I come to you and say, Joyce, mentor me. I want to be an successful entrepreneur. What are the key success factors? What are common mistakes to be avoided? What direction would you launch me in?
Well, that's a big question.
It's a huge question. Yeah.
I would start out by finding more out about the person and their background, their experiences, their desires, where they want to end up. There's an awful lot that goes into choosing your track as an entrepreneur, and that takes some background work. But I would suggest to people that they look at what they've done, what their background is. I started my business in the environmental field because I had worked in the environmental field for 9 years.
Okay, so you had some knowledge and a comfort level in that field.
Right, and here's what I did. I wrote down 3 ideas a day for 10 days, and then at the end of 10 days, I had 30 ideas. And I was looking at them, and I said, oh, pneumatic tube from my front door to the mailbox so that I don't have to go get the mail.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, it comes in handy.
Yeah,
I lived on a hill.
Yeah.
It would be really great. But then I sat there and I looked at my list and I thought, you know, other than going to the bank, what do I know about pneumatic tubes or that type of business? Nothing. So I kind of threw my list away because nothing really fit. Plus I had an end in mind. That's another key point. Where do you want to end up with this? Is it a lifestyle business? Is it something you want to scale? I was in scale mode. I wanted to build a multi-million-dollar business. Right. So the 30 ideas that I took 10 days to write, none of them really fit that bill. So I went back to the drawing table and I was thinking, and I eventually hit upon the idea of what I had seen while working full-time during the day and going to school full-time at night as an undergraduate in my industry, which was to roll up, small mom and pops and then go public. So a national consolidator would come in, buy the small businesses, then go public. And it's been done in a number of industries, not just the environmental field, funeral homes, LP gas, you name it, Home Depot. So there's a lot of different ways that this has been done. So I decided to copy that model, and that's what I set off to do. And I did it in a similar field. It was non-hazardous liquid waste. Okay. So it was liquid garbage, which is, really kind of people go, really? You did that?
That's good cocktail party discussion.
Yeah, and they're like, what do you do?
And I'm
like, yeah, so.
That's funny.
And that's another point for people to think about. Everybody's about passion. And yes, it's wonderful to have passion for what you do, but you can find passion in anything. So for me, when I was building this business, I was passionate about the fact that I was going to create financial freedom for my family. I was passionate about the fact that at the closing table, when I was buying these small mom and pop companies, I got to look around and see the faces of the individuals whose companies I was buying and seeing the excitement on their families' faces. So there's always something to be passionate about. I'm just a big believer in revenue. I think that entrepreneurs, especially starting entrepreneurs, you need to be critically aware of metrics and the fact that cash flow makes your business grow, and really look at that hard. I think a lot of people get caught up in a passion play, and then they don't really pay attention to the bottom line as much as they should. So I believe there's a place for passion, but more importantly, it's a business and it should be run like one.
One thing I've sort of heard coming through the cracks, I'll butcher this, but I'll try to paraphrase: working on your business as opposed to working in your business. I know you know exactly what I mean. And how many entrepreneurs, they launch something without really knowing what the exit is and what the destination and what the goals are, and they end up being self-employed in a lifestyle business when they could have realized so much more. Personally, I identify that as a key failure that entrepreneurs make. They forget why they were once attracted to launching. Do you see that as well?
Well, it's hard to see the forest through the trees. And a lifestyle business is perfectly fine if that's what you want. It's just important in the beginning to set your goals and know why you're doing this in the first place. What is your objectives? And then chunk backwards from there. If your goal is to go public like mine was, okay, that's my goal. So how am I going to do it? And then I started working backwards.
It's kind of a reverse engineering.
Exactly. Reverse engineer your business.
Excellent. What's next for Joyce Bone? I can't believe at your age, I don't know your age, but I can guess your age. But I never
very
do
young,
that.
Bernie.
You know, you've accomplished so much, but I sense that there's a whole lot more in your future. So what's next? Or you're just opportunistic. You're waiting to see what comes along.
Well, I'm enjoying what I'm doing right now, which is Soverse.com.
Okay.
Which is a company that was created as part of my MBA program.
Right.
I am also on Bone Up on Business on Biz 1190 Sundays from 1 to 2 p.m. every week. I really love doing that. And what's next? I absolutely adore speaking, doing keynote speeches for corporations and different communities, organizations, nonprofits. So I've been doing quite a bit of that, which I really, really enjoy doing. And who knows? I could get into anything, and I am prone to do so.
Well, last question for our viewers who say, I absolutely must have a phone conversation or a coffee with Joyce Bone. What's the best way for them to make contact with you?
Well, the best way is just go to Joyce at joycebone.com. Send me an email that way. And then my website is also joycebone.com. I tried to keep it easy. And you can just go there, see what's up, and sign up for the newsletter. I encourage you to do that because I really try to deliver great content and not overwhelm people, but really uplift them. That's my goal. And my other goal is to help create wildly successful entrepreneurs. So if you need a helping hand, feel free to reach out to me.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. We are one of the spinning plates for you this week, I'm sure, but thanks for saying yes and putting us on your schedule. And hope you'll return and keep us updated from time to time on some of these ventures that you're involved with.
Well, thank you.
So that's all for this segment of Buckingham Business Review. Thanks for stopping by. And if you have missed the previous segments with Joyce, they are fascinating, informative. You will benefit greatly from watching them. So until we're together in a future segment of Buckingham Business Review, this is your host, Bernie Wolford. So long for now.